in response of his ex-wife, Amina Butterfly, the fact that Amina Butterfly made homeless claims online. Um, I seen a video where she was back in Germany. She had her kids with her. It looked like they was sleeping in some sort of shack. And she was like, yeah, I'm starting over again. We're homeless. Um, but he had set the record straight talking to comedian Godfrey saying that, he signed off on her taking his kids to Germany with the base and understanding that she was going there to see her family because she's from Germany, and that her family was actually going to, just help her get situated, but it wasn't a situation where she was going there to live. She was basically going there to visit. Not to mention that he actually has a place and own a place in Dallas where she could have went to in Dallas and stayed rent free because she couldn't pay the original rent where she was at previously. So this really knocked off the sympathy move that I guess Amina Butterfly was trying to play, which is like very puzzling to me because when you have resources, and I don't want to make it a man woman thing, but when like men, when we have resources, we exhaust it. We don't try to make more of a deficit for ourselves. Meaning, if we have a place that we can stay for free, we're gonna do that. So that way we can do what? Save our money, rack it up. So that way we could avoid more bills. In this particular situation with her, I'm going to more so individualize it. It's interesting that she wouldn't stay at this particular place where she would have full access to, according to Peter Guns. He's in New York at his place, and doing what he's doing, but he's making sure that he keeps a roof over his kid's head. So she opts not to do that and goes back to Germany to be homeless. But how can you be homeless if you're there with your family and you want to go back to Germany to really get a sense of community? So again, the whole homeless sympathy type of angle, it just looked terrible after he done set the record straight because it looks crazy. How can you be homeless and he's not? So it sounds like he has access to three different homes. His home, his other, ex-wife or girlfriend home, and a home in Dallas that she just chose not to use. So I just thought that was very interesting regarding that because it's like, what are we doing? How can we take advantage on getting to the next level if we're not using the resources that we worked hard to get? So a shout out to Patrick Torres in the building. Peter Guns is from around my way, 174th Street and Ho Ave in the Bronx. Shout out, man. Hey, man, I used to come up to the BX a little something. You know what I'm saying? The women in the BX, man, y'all, oh, those women out there get it popping. I will say that. Y'all got some fine women in the BX. I'm not gonna lie. You know what I'm saying? And they ain't shy on getting it popping. You know what I'm saying? I used to be up at Soundview, 149th and 3rd. 125th. I was up on Fordham, all through Fordham. 125. I'll be in 125. No, 125 is more so Manhattan. Bronx, 149th and 3rd, Soundview. Um, Tremont, East Tremont, I will be out there. Wakefield, I'll be out in Wakefield. I used to, you know what I'm saying? I used to have a whole lot of love to give, you know what I'm saying? A whole lot of love to give. You know what I'm saying? Pause. That's neither here or there. I'm just saying, you know what I mean? Shout out to Joan in the building. Appreciate you tapping in. Cotero Park. Rowan Jack in the building, my guy. One of our badge holders, one of our day ones. Appreciate you tapping in, my brother. Yeah, so I used to be out there heavy, man. I remember I had this one girl, right? And I said it before, right? There's one girl, and I'm not bragging on this, I'm just saying, right? There's one girl from the Bronx, super fine, right? But she was mad struggly, like, and we was in college at the time too. And I was like, yo, I really want to see you. I really want to see you. And she was like, yo, I want to come see you, but I don't got no money to come see you. I'm like, but you only the two train away. You know what I'm saying? She's like, I would take the train, but I don't got no money to come see you. Boo, you don't got $2.50 to get on the train to come see me? Like, so I ain't gonna hold you. I wanted it, you know what I'm saying? Cause she was bad. I took the train to go all the way to Wakefield, pick up to get back on the train to come all the way to Brooklyn to handle business. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, those are the days, right? But yeah, but again, Amina Butterfly, it just looks terrible to try to play on that sympathy card because she's a great artist. She has the personality and the demeanor to be beloved, and she, you know, people take interest to her. So to kind of play on the sympathy card is kind of trash. And the fact that you're in Germany around family, people that's going to help you rebuild and get yourself situated with you and your children, and knowing that it again, it's like you have options, you have resources. People who are really homeless. They don't have resources. They don't have people that they can call and go, you know, stay with them. They don't have people that's going to help them get their money and their finances and everything together, so that way they, you know, they could take care of their family and their kids. And based on what Peter Guns pretty much said is that she went out there to get a break. So imagine as a father, you'd be like, you know what? I don't want my house no more. I don't want my apartment no more. I'm gonna get up out of here, pack all this stuff up. We're gonna put everything in storage, and I'm gonna go stay with my family for like until I feel like leaving. So to me, that's just like a crazy mindset, and it's just a bad example that you're laying out for the kids. To be honest with you, and again, it's no diss, but I gotta be honest. Uh, Shout out to Patrick. I think Queens has the best girls. Now, I did not say the Bronx had the best. I said they got some fine women. Now, Queens, on the other hand, Queens got the most women. It's a plethora of women in Queens. It's an abundance. It's many. It's enough. It's a lot. You know what I'm saying? So Queens woman is a little different though. Like Queens woman is fine, but you don't realize how many women in Queens because they don't be outside. But if you kick in them doors, ain't nothing but women in these houses, in some of these apartments, depending on the areas you go to. Queens got a lot of women, dog. A lot of women. Who got the best? I gotta go with my BK Brooklyn ladies. You know what I'm saying? They got that style, that swag, that aggressiveness. That's just to me. That's just my preference. You know what I'm saying? But Queens, you know what I'm saying? There's always work at Queens. You know what I'm saying? Queens is a good time. You know what I'm saying? I was about to tell you another story. Nah, you know, I'm gonna sound like I'm bragging. So yeah, but shout out to Queens. Queens is popping. You know what I'm saying? Queens is popping. Shout out to Queens. All right, y'all. Moving on to our next hot topic. In a recent game, Angel Reese, a WNBA player, Angel Reese has scored 24 points, 16 rebounds, and 7 assists. I brought this up in all fairness because last time I spoke about Angel Reese, I was very honest about her game. It wasn't a diss. It wasn't a chop job.